Nick here, and the very first thing you need to know about the agreement of purchase and sale is the top section here where it outlines the date, the buyer, the seller, and the real property. Let's go through these very briefly. So the date, in this case, the 3rd of April 2021, is the date that the offer has been created, and usually the same day that it is being presented. Any modifications that we make to this, whether we add an amendment to this agreement or we do a notice of fulfillment of conditions, for example, all go back to this date. They refer to this offer on this date. The buyer, of course, is the purchasers in the agreement. So in this case, I put my own name and my wife, since I'm using my own house as an example here. And these need to be spelled correctly the same way that they would be spelled on a passport, birth certificate, or driver's license. So it needs to be spelled out completely. This is a legal document after all. Then there's the seller, the owners of the property, the people who have been authorized to sell it. So these need to be spelled out fully as well, as you can imagine. So below that is the real property, and this is simply the property that is being, bought or sold, and it is described in detail to make sure that we are correctly describing the home. So in this case, it's 628 Gaines Drive. We have that it's in Ottawa, Ontario, and we have the correct postal code for it. It is fronting on the west side of Gaines Drive. What fronting means that if I were to stand in the middle of the street looking at this home, I would be facing west. That makes it west frontage in the city of Ottawa. And then it has a frontage. That means how wide is the area, or how wide is the lot? In this case, it's 61 feet. And how deep is the lot? 101 feet. It says more or less because there can be small differences that aren't important enough to get sued over. So we say that something is more or less 61 feet, more or less 101 feet deep. And then legally described as, in this case, it has the lot description, the parcel description, and these descriptions from the province or the city can be long or short. They vary throughout, and sometimes they also refer to easements over the property. If you have more questions about the legal description of the property, these are more meant for your lawyer. So make sure that you ask and they can explain what all these mean.